Okay, the clapping pop, an amazing skill. If you clap pop anywhere, people say, what is going on? That person can make this amazing sound with clapping and using the space inside their mouth to produce this particular note. Now, how's it done? It's done by understanding what you can form as a shape inside your mouth, for what I did in the first part there, and for the throat in the second part. There's a deeper sort of sound. There are certain ways of controlling what that airspace is doing, how you can turn that airspace, whether it's just the mouth or the mouth and the throat, into a musical instrument that has a particular musical note that's determined partly by the length of the space and partly by the aperture that is made at the mouth. So what I'm doing with my mouth is this. If it's closed at the back and I've got a big space inside, I can hit myself on the lips and go. Now the second part there, that was the whole throat. The first part was just using the mouth space. So there's certain ways you can control that sound. One is by slapping, or but the other one is that by hitting the space with a little gust of air that comes out by clapping in a particular way. Now I clap like this. That triangle space there, this one here, that's where the air comes out. Now there are other ways of clapping. There's a technique where you use something like this, and you clap very. And there's another technique that's used with the hand further down like this, and the air comes out there. And different people sort of perfect different kind of styles for different loudness effects and situations and stuff. But you're either a Mal Webb technique or my technique. These are the main sort of two techniques for doing the loudest of the claps. And then it's just a matter of practicing. Once you've got the idea of just the mouth space being altered by what we alter when we say why, we go why. If we have our lips are set, we can still say why. Why. Why? 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 It's why. Or it's opening and closing. The lips can actually change the harmonic as well. So we're doing the same doing the same sort of. So that's just a mouth part. Just doing that with the mouth part. Now if I'm using the throat part, I've got to actually go to the point where I can hold my breath from my voice box part. Somewhere right down there, have a gloss. That's what you laugh with. So you're holding your breath from and go. So I'm just modifying that space, and I'm doing the deepest of the sounds with that technique. I'll tend to lower my larynx, and if I'm doing the higher
sounds in that technique, I tend to move my larynx towards the very top, make a very short space.
And so I'm influencing partly by sort of length, changing that sort of length, but partly by opening and closing my lips. But they're the deepest and most spectacular of the sounds. It can be heard over distances of several hundred metres. And we signal to each other, we do. We hear each other, like, where is that coming from? I recognise that signature. So, as with any musical technique, the clapping pop is a spectacular technique. It's up to you whether you master the skills or not. But if you do master those skills, you'll find them very, very entertaining in yourself. You'll be able to entertain children and people anywhere. And occasionally you might get yourself in a situation where you can have a jam session with a few other people doing clapping pop. And that's when our society really starts becoming a lot of fun. When we start generating fun, real performance, real cultural involvement, individually and collectively. So check out my other videos about how to master the sound of the voice. They're absolutely amazing. And the intro. Check out the intro. The channel. Gleeson Glee, become my favourite.
Thank you.